Good evening, or I guess it's morning now. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, I just got up here to where I'm going to pick up my load in the morning. They don't open until 8, so I got a little bit of time. Turn that thing off. Um, I'll take a little nap here and get up in the morning and check in and get loaded and rolling. Um, Linda asked about fuel, um, and I answered part of it in the comments, but yeah, I don't usually run lower than a quarter tank, just in case I get stuck somewhere. I have some fuel for the APU and keep the truck warm. So I usually put in somewhere between 145 or so gallons. I think it's anywhere from 85 to 145 gallons. If I let it get low, which I have, I think the most I would put in here is like 170, 175 gallons. I don't like to run it that low because, like I said, you might get stuck somewhere, and you want to keep the truck warm. And also, you might pick up, dirt and stuff in the bottom of the tank, clog a filter or something. Or the less fuel you have, the easier it is for it to gel up in the cold. So yeah, fuel prices are actually horrible. They're not great. They're not too bad, but we range, I think 310 to 315, maybe a little less in out east. Yeah, right around there. There are places I don't fuel, like Pennsylvania. We don't fuel in Pennsylvania. I don't fuel in Illinois either. I could probably, but I don't. He asked me not to, so I don't. Though I know he does. See, where else? I can fuel, and I only fuel at TA truck stops, TA or Petro, which they're now both the same company. So, yeah, we don't fuel in Pennsylvania at all. Part of that's because their road tax is high. So we kind of get around it with, by not fueling, we just pay the tax instead of the fuel. And there are other states that way too, like New Mexico. They have a low fuel prices in New Mexico, usually lower than anywhere else, but they got a higher road tax, if the tax. So a lot of people won't fuel there. Then Rhonda asked about seeing familiar faces. Every now and then I'll run across somebody I've seen before. These days, people are into their technology too much. They got their iPhones and iPads and stuff going, listen to music or audiobooks. So they don't talk on the radio as much as they used to, which is kind of a shame because I like to drive at night. I like to catch up with somebody and just carry a conversation all through the night. It makes the time go by. It used to be real good at doing that, but here the last few years, you can't get nobody on the radio. And I listen to audiobooks and podcasts sometimes when I'm in the middle of the night and I'm bored. I got Audible account and I listen to that. I think I told y'all before, I listen to a linguistics podcast that's out of Australia called Talk. They're pretty good folks down there. It's a pretty interesting show, funny. As far as people though, I'll see trucks that I've seen before. Usually can't get a hold of them, but every once in a while I'll see somebody. I got a trucking friend that, my best friend, her name is Candy. I just talked to her tonight. We talk on the phone. And I just passed her. She was on her way west when I left Boise. I was leaving Boise. She was coming in. She's on her way into Oregon. So I run into her every now and then. She actually lives over here in Twin Falls. But, yeah, she drives for a little company out of here. Actually, the company's right over there, matter of fact. And, yeah, I known her for, me and her both worked at the same place for a little while. Oh, back in 09, 2010, something like that, 2011. Can't remember now, but we both worked for a little company out of Goody. I know. Easy, big boy. Don't take that corner too bad, you're gonna roll this truck. Little box truck. Yeah, so me and her know each other for a long time. We talk on the phone, and every now and then we'll see each other out on the road somewhere. She now runs a dedicated from Twin Falls to Caney, Kansas. She's not on this one because her truck went in the shop, so she missed her dedicated run. So she's doing a little run to Oregon and back. And then she'll be back on it next week, probably. So, yeah, other than that, I see her husband. Me and him worked at the same place. The last company I worked for, he still works there. I don't know why he still works there. It's a horrible place to work. But he's still there. I'll see him every now and then. I saw him when I was here last time, picking up potatoes. He was at the truck stop trying to get potatoes too. So every now and then I run into somebody I know. Not often. And I talk to Candy on the phone almost daily. She's a good old gal. When I lived down in Texas, I would usually run into somebody I knew. Back when I owned my own truck, we'd all run together. A bunch of guys as owner-operators that worked for that company. A lot of times we'd run together. But, nobody gets on the radio anymore, so, I try to meet people, but it's hard. So that's part of trucking, though. I mean, you gotta be used to being alone. That's, you gotta be independent enough to, handle being alone all the time. It's part of the lifestyle. You gotta be independent and self-reliant because you're the only one out here. And, anything needs to be done, you gotta do it. So, you get used to that kind of thing. And, back before cell phones, back when I first started driving, there weren't any cell phones. And, I remember having to stop every day and calling dispatch and let them know where I'm at and what I'm doing. And that was back before GPS and all that. And you had phone booths, go to a truck stop, you might have a dozen phone booths in there. Drivers in every one of them calling dispatch or calling brokers, and it was crazy times back then. So cell phones really come. I remember I got my first cell phone, it was a flip phone for Sprint. I had that thing for a while, then I got a phone bill from them, it was like almost $400. I fucking threw that damn thing out the window. I was like, ain't no damn way. But yeah, I remember those days but then when, we talked to each other back then, we had a good time. Those were fun days. We can't get away with a lot of stuff we did back then. Anyway, yeah, that's the skinny on that. Like I say, I'm here waiting to get unloaded. I'm about to go back to bed, take a little nap, get up about 7, check in, and get loaded. So I will talk to you folks later. You guys have a good night. Bye.